Hey, what's up, guys? My name is John. Welcome to Daily Theology. Dr. MaCarthur is back in the news, and this time, this article is from the Christian Post. I'm going to be going through it. I'll post a link to the whole enchilada below in the description. There's a little button, if you don't know, to click, and it's a drop down to show you where this article is. But he's saying that some of America's biggest churches are actually being exposed as superficial. He said they made a lot of money, but now the internet is making it harder for phonies to survive, MaCarthur recently said. And the article's point is that people that were trying to create a cultural Christianity that attracted people is really not appealing to non-believers anymore. That idea that there's some benefit derived from attending a local body apart from Christ and fellowship with believers and the gospel and correct doctrine, he said that benefit is gone, and that superficial Christianity is evaporating, and it elevated a lot of charlatans. I can think of quite a few. He says it was successful. The biggest churches in America are part of it. It was very hard to call people to faithfulness when you could be so corrupt and so successful in Christian religion. That was the battle. Now I think that's sifting and shifting, he said, before adding that the scandals recently rocking prominent Christian figures like Ravi Zacharias and other Hillsong people like Carl Lenz, without mentioning their names. He didn't mention their names, but the article does. And so MaCarthur is saying that they're still here, that they've tried every way to close Grace Church down. And I think it's true that there's no more scrutinized church in the United States of America than Grace Community Church, he said, calling out major media organizations like ABC, CNN, and Los Angeles Times, as well as ungodly bloggers who tried to discredit his church. I'm still here, he said. MaCarthur said the decision to remain open in defiance of government restrictions has been a blessing to his church. He said even though the church had not collected an offering in the last 10 months, congregants have given more in the last 10 months than any 10-month period in the history of his church, which is pretty amazing. But I think a lot of people see this as the camel's nose event, trying to close Grace, and really a fight for religious liberty. If MaCarthur's church, faithfully expositing the word for 54 plus years with an international radio ministry, books all over the place, cannot stand this onslaught, then a lot of other churches would be in bad shape as well. So I think people recognize the significance of this stand in California. So he's still here, he says. In the middle of the lawsuit, the church has grown, and this little church has 1,000 new members, he says. Baptisms, he said, calling his new members Grace refugees. And he even makes a joke and says they'll take Presbyterians, any refugees can come to Grace because they're still meeting and open. So what does this mean for us as believers? It means to rejoice that God's kingdom will not be stopped, that he's building his church, that we should stand up for truth, that we should oppose injustice and lies and evil like abortion. And people right now, just remember this, people claiming to care about lives and health while they stand and protect abortion are hypocrites. They do not care about life. That is a far greater threat than the climate change mandate being pushed through by the current administration. So remember, ground yourself in love, ground yourself in grace, ground yourself in the truth that Jesus Christ lived a perfect sinless life on the cross. He bore an infinite wrath. He physically shed his blood, died, and he is risen and reigning. You must repent and believe in his finished work alone. You must also remember to hammer that like button, like the 95 Theses. Thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach 10 bajillion people. I'm also on Rumble, so get over there because who knows how much time we have left on YouTube. It's like tap dancing on ice, so God bless.